What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Okay, I knew this relationship would implode eventually because after a while, when Kanye West calmed down and he didn't care anymore about who she was with, people just stopped caring about who Kim Kardashian was dating. So now the relationship was over. I actually saw a rumor a few weeks back that her and Pete Davidson was drifting apart. And I think Pete Davidson recently made some comments about how he would be okay being I believe starting a family or having children or something like that. Well, that hasn't happened because Kim got bored. Let's be real. Kim Kardashian got bored. She no longer wanted to be in this relationship. This was her way of getting back at Kanye West, her trying to prove that she can move on. And for a little while, Kanye fell for it. But when he realized that this wasn't going to work long term, he backed away. And that strategy proved to work out. So now all of these sites are saying that they have broken up. I think they've been broken up for a little while now because she got bored. She got bored. People stopped caring. No one cared about the fact that she was dating Pete Davidson. And everybody had moved on. And when she saw that that was her opportunity to get out of this marriage, not a marriage, a relationship with Pete Davidson, because she really didn't take it as seriously as she wanted people to believe it to be. It was all for social media. And also, I'm going to talk about the fact that, Kanye West just lost another attorney in his case. Now, I'm not sure whether it's a situation of his lawyers not doing a good enough job or Kanye West is the one who is stalling on trying to push forward. And these lawyers are getting a little bit impatient with him and they're deciding to move on to something else. So let's get into this article from TMZ. It says Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are calling it quits on their relationship after 9 months together. TMZ has confirmed sources close to the couple say the pair decided to end things. According to E, who first reported the split, the pair constantly busy schedules and distance apart made it really hard to keep up their romance. Sure it did. As reported, Pete has recently been spending lots of time down in Australia, where he's filming a movie, and Kim's balancing travel and working around the world, all while raising 4 kids in Los Angeles. Kim recently flew down under to see Pete after some time apart, but it's not clear if that's when the two decided to pull the plug on the relationship or if it was more recent. TMZ broke the story. Kim and Pete first spotted together back in October when they hit Knott's Berry Farm in LA with some pals. From there, Kim visited Pete in his hometown of Staten Island, where the two dined on pizza and pasta at one of Pete's local spots. After that, the relationship seemed to take off. The two took vacations together and were constantly jetting coast to coast, spending weekends in NYC and in LA. It was in April when Kim and Pete made their red carpet debut together at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. While we haven't seen them together as of late, Kim constantly posted a set of flirty pics of her and Pete, seemingly reminding the world that they were still a thing. I want y'all to keep an eye on that because people stopped caring. That's why she was putting this out here. She wants people to care about her relationship, but people don't because she's not with Kanye West. Pete Davidson will never be Kanye West. I don't think any guy that she meets and decides to date is going to measure up to Kanye West. That's why people didn't care. See, when she was with Kanye West, people cared. And it had a lot more to do with Kanye West than anything. But now that she's with Pete Weirdo Davidson, people just didn't care anymore. And that's why she has to keep reminding them. But when she realized that people didn't care, she said, you know what, maybe it's time to end this. Because nobody cares about who I'm with anymore. Multiple sources have told us that Kim and Kanye are getting along lately, though their divorce is still moving forward. We're told it's highly unlikely they'd ever get back together again, and never say never. Well, if Kanye is smart, he wouldn't. This is a woman that got with this guy. I mean, you'd have to question where her mind is. You really have to. And Pete Davidson might be a cool guy, but the guy's weird. Okay? He's weird. And I believe that this relationship only happened because she wanted to prove that she could be with somebody outside of that marriage that she had with Kanye West. She wanted to prove that she could be with somebody else, and she was able to prove that. And that is why it was so easy for her to transition here and now break up with him, because no one cares. No one cares about her being with Pete Davidson. And she doesn't want to be irrelevant. The one thing that Kim Kardashian doesn't want to be is irrelevant. Now, she's done a lot. She's making a lot of money. She has a brand, yes, but she can easily become yesterday's news. Okay? This is why Khloe still deals with Tristan, because Tristan, him out with other women, it keeps her in the spotlight. It keeps people talking about her, even though apparently they're not even with each other. They're not even together. So I think Kim just didn't want to fall by the wayside in the news cycle. Now let's get into this. Kanye West losing his 5th divorce attorney with Kim Kardashian, according to Complex. Kanye West has lost his 5th divorce attorney, as reported by TMZ, amid his separation from Kim Kardashian, which finally has a trial date. As reported by Rolling Stone, his former lawyer, Samantha Spector, was relieved from the case on Friday after she requested as such from Los Angeles County Judge Steve Cochran in May. She cited a breakdown in communication as a result behind the request, leaving Ye without representation in the divorce proceedings. The former couple were declared legally separated in March, but they've yet to reach a settlement in regards to their wealth and 4 children. Kanye West doesn't want to give up a lot. Now, maybe she's asking for things that she knows Kanye West is not going to give her. It's all about that having to win. I think she wants to win as far as moving on, and she wants to win as far as the money situation going to kids is concerned. We've been ready for quite a while, said Kim's lawyer, Laura Wasser, who noted that her client wanted the trial date set this year. I actually have a stipulated judgment drafted. I'm just trying to get someone to pay attention to me. Wasser added that the two parties in the divorce are getting along and are communicating, although they are still seeking Kanye's declaration of disclosure in order to close the case. Preliminary financial disclosures were filed by Kim's legal team in November, whereas Kanye has yet to do so. Divorce proceedings are set to go to trial on December 14th, but if more evidence and witnesses are required, the case will go to a different courtroom. Cochran requested that Wasser ask Kanye to respond to the case by September 30th, and the trial will go ahead. If he fails to respond, he'd like the parties to try to settle the case and arrive at a stipulated judgment if possible, and then be ready to have a trial on an unresolved matter, said Judge Cochran. So I guess they're saying they need stuff on his end. Listen, it seems to me that Kanye, I don't think he wants to get divorced. I think Kim may want to, but I think he's kind of hoping for reconciliation. Maybe that's why he pulled back. But Kanye needs to just let this woman go. I mean, yes, you had a family with her and kids with her, but that's not going to make her stay. She obviously doesn't want to be with you. And if she goes back to you, it's out of desperation. Because it is going to look desperate. Because how you go from being with Pete Davidson and wanting a divorce and not wanting to be with you anymore to going back to you. It is going to look desperate on her part. And that's why I don't think that he should try to hold on to this. Do whatever you have to do on your end to end this. But Kanye is one of those guys, he's never going to let a situation go. And, that's how he is. I think he wants to be with her because, one, she's considered the standard of social media beauty. Okay, she has a lot of disciples out there and a lot of women that try to emulate her. And when you have a woman like that and you get used to having a woman like that, you feel like you have someone who's top tier. But come on, let's be real. She's not really that top tier, bro. You need to go ahead and let it go. And that's the thing. That's the problem with a lot of these males, especially these guys who have a lot of money and resources. They're trying to hold on to women that don't want to be with them. Why? Okay, I don't think she's going to get back with you. You can buy as many houses as you want to around her. It's not going to work, bro. Okay? because she's probably going to end up in a relationship with somebody else. You're just going to be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, this relationship with Pete Davidson did end, so he did win on that end, right? Pete Davidson, texting him and talking about how he's laying up with his wife. So Kanye did win that that battle, because he's that relationship still failed. Now, people could say there's a good chance that her and Pete could get back together. This could be a way for people to speak about them again and have them in the spotlight, and then poof, they're back together. I don't know. I just think that, if Pete Davidson was good for him, because Pete Davidson don't stay with these women. Pete Davidson, he regularly just date chicks and break up with them. He's not going to stay with a chick that long. He just not. And I think Kim is too old to be out here being in these streets. Okay, she needs to retire too. But I think it looks like she's trying to compete with these younger women to say, hey, look who I'm with. Okay, but this relationship failed. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.